If past is prologue, the World Cup will come to a dramatic and electrifying close on Sunday when Argentina and Spain face off in the final. The tournament has not only been thrilling for soccer fans, even the nominal soccer fans, it's been an economic boom for host cities across the United States and also in Canada and Mexico. CBS News Chief Foreign Affairs correspondent and Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan joins me now. Margaret recently spoke with the head of Bank of America, which is a pretty prominent and visible sponsor of the World Cup. So, what has the economic impact been?
Well, Major, according to Bank of America, they estimate a $20 billion boost to the U.S. economy, more than that on a global basis, because, of course, these are the games not just on U.S. soil. But when you look at American cities like Kansas City, whether it's Boston, whether it's out in L.A., or the finals on Sunday in the New York, New Jersey area, of course, there's more spending, not just on the grounds, but to local restaurants, to bars, and all of that together is a boost, along with those tuning in globally. About 2 billion people are expected to watch on Sunday for the final. So it is obviously a huge marketing opportunity, as well as you just mentioned, for Bank of America. And they made the largest sports investment in that bank's history in order to have their name associated with FIFA. They inked that deal back in 2024. So we are seeing that Americans are still spending when it comes to some escapism. Listen to the CEO, Brian Moynihan.
Our team did a research piece, Margaret, that said that the total amount that is economically generated on FIFA is about $40 billion, $20 billion would be in the U.S. And then even we look in the host cities like Kansas City, we can see the growth rate in spending faster than other cities. So it's having this on-the-ground economic impact. And that spending is going into what we call bricks and mortar. It's going into bars and restaurants and things like that.
So, Major, that's a bright spot in an economy where we're constantly talking about Americans feeling bad about how, they want to pay money at the grocery store for higher food prices, the like. They're still spending to go, I guess, disassociate, entertain themselves.
Right. There's all this gloomy polling data, but we keep hearing this from banks and others in the financial sector that the American consumer and consumerism writ large remains resilient. Bank of America is seeing that, I guess.
Yes, and we will say there is a caveat there. You often hear this reference to the K-shaped economy. That is to say that people at the mid-income and the higher income brackets are really fueling a lot of the spending and the growth. Lower income, that may sound logical, but they are those who are feeling the restriction in their ability to spend on things like entertainment because they are paying more, for example, on food and gas. Gas prices are up 31% since this war in Iran began, and they aren't really expected to go lower because fuel inventories are still on the short end. So it's a different economy based on where you fall in those brackets, but Americans are still spending when it comes to trying to enjoy themselves.
Did Brian Moynihan have any other notes on the economy, Margaret?
Well, Major, we talk about the stock market really going gangbusters and looking divorced from those who are worried right now. Bank of America also trying to get in on that IPO boom for artificial intelligence. He acknowledged on the consumer impact, and remember, it was the governor of New York who just said she wants to ban building big data centers in that state, the first to do so. There are worries that, the AI boom could drive up energy prices, drive up resource prices. He says, yeah, sure, short term it's inflationary. On the other side, it is the future of the economy for jobs, but also, obviously, of great benefit to Wall Street. And he does believe that it is going to continue to be a booming tech space. It's not just that bank. J.P. Morgan's Jamie Dimon said things are getting as close to as good as it gets. We just don't know how long this lasts.
It's also been a boom year for banks. Margaret Brennan, thank you so very much. You can see more of Margaret Brennan's interview with Brian Moynihan on Face the Nation this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern on CBS.